Okay, we're going live now. Okay, the first case on the calendar I have is Courtney Nicole Andrews.
Thanks, Randy.
Good morning, Judge Alfonso Kraft from Ms. Andrews. There is a fast track drug court offer on the table, so that's going to be a waiver this morning, Judge.
Okay,
And Judge, just so you know, when the attorneys announce that, what happens is I will get the paperwork to the attorney. They'll get it signed and sent with the public defender's office. They'll send it to Your Honor for signature.
okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, the first one was easy. All right, position number 4, or the next person that I have is Jamitra Evian Donald.
Thanks, Randy.
Byron Morgan from Ms. Donnell. Judge, I'd like an opportunity to speak with Ms. Freeman briefly.
Okay,
So Judge, that's a pretrial, I believe, Attorney Morgan.
Yes.
and Ms. Freeman, let me ask you this
Yes, sir.
question. Because I'm going to presume that there are going to be a number of people that may want to speak to you. What's your preference as it relates to the order, just in the order that they're announced, or? do you
Well,
have-
typically, if I try to, if I know it's going to be really quick, I try to do those first. And normally I do the public defenders last because they have more cases.
Okay,
And so it typically just works out that the cases with the private attorneys I'll speak to them first. And so at the end of the calendar, I can certainly go in a breakout room with Attorney Morgan first. Attorney Florio may want a pretrial myself, and then Ms. Gall.
okay,
Mhm.
okay. All right, the next case I have is position number 12, William Christopher Foltz.
Thanks, Randy.
Morning, Judge. I apologize. Marcia Herring for the Public Defender's Office. I'm having some issues with my camera right now. I'm trying to get that on. I'd like to pre-try Mr. Foltz's case with Ms. Freeman, please.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am. Give me 1 second, I'm just making notes. Okay, looks like the next one I have is position 15, Jason Bernard Foster Jr.
Stage ready.
Good morning again, Judge Alfonso Kraft for Mr. Foster. We should be able to work this out. I just need to speak with ADA Freeman.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark that as a pretrial.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, the next position I have is position 21, Tanundre Antez Hubert.
Stage
Mhm.
ready.
I'm not showing a lawyer for that individual.
He's assigned to the Public Defender's Office, Tiffany Pleasant, representing him. It was a hearing, but I just need to confirm with him on my final announcement. But Judge, I also represent Frederick Freeman, and I don't believe you called him.
Let's see.
Judge Frederick Freeman was continued from October 27th. And he has two co-defendants, Rashida Williams and Talia Owsley.
Okay, let me see.
And they were all continued.
I don't have that person.
Do you
In
have the
order,
co-defendants?
I have Donnell, I have Foltz, then Foster. So you said Freeman?
Yes, Frederick Freeman.
Frederick Freeman.
If your calendar wasn't alphabetized and updated, it may be at the back of your calendar
Okay.
as add-ons.
Deputy, do you have Frederick Freeman on your list?
Just undo it. Ms. Freeman, I don't have him on my calendar.
What about Rashetta Williams or Talia Ousley?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
Okay. We will, hold on one second. Let me just make sure.
Do you know who was assigned to Williams, Cheryl?
I don't know who's assigned to Williams. Like I said, I know Chris Toles has Ousley.
Ms.
Attorney Ben,
Davis.
it's Attorney Benshida. Attorney Benshida is assigned to Richetta Williams.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I can reach out to Mr. Ben Sheeta and see if he received the Zoom link. I'll text him really quick.
Well, probably not, considering the defendants aren't up, but I think we just need to wait and see how we're going to handle those today. But
Right.
thank you, Mr. Florio.
Right. And Ms. Pleasant, you said that Mr. Hubert is going to be a hearing?
Yeah, Judge, I just need to pre-try with him to confirm that that's what he still wants this morning, but yes, that was
Okay.
our last conversation was a hearing.
So Tiffany B. All right, so, and when I get to the end of the calendar, I'm gonna clean it up as it relates to the people that are not on here.
Mhm.
So I've already made a note of Miss Alsey and Mr. Freeman. So we'll just make sure that we can get their paperwork and
There was a third co-defendant with them, Judge, Rashetta, Richetta Williams.
RICH
ETTA
ETTA
Williams.
Williams.
Mhm.
Okay. So Freeman, Alsey, and Williams are a 3 co-defendant case.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you by any chance have their like a warrant number?
Yes.
Show
Judge.
me.
Yes, on Frederick Freeman, 2021 WA 16164. It
Okay,
looks like it goes all the way to 74.
okay. I just needed that one number.
Okay,
That'll help me. Okay, the next position I have is position number 33 with Kenya Cherie Johnson.
that was the
Morning.
consent bond that was already done.
I'm sorry.
That was a consent bond that's been previously done.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, position number 36 is Christopher M. I'm gonna say McKay, MCCAA.
Stage ready.
Good morning, Martha Herring with the Public Defender's Office. Mr. McCaw was originally assigned to us. He advised he does have a private attorney, Miss Carrie Clayton. He provided the name as I don't see her on the call though.
Okay. It was, since it's showing as still with the Public Defender's Office, she probably did not get the link. You said the name was Carrie.
Carrie Clayton was what Mr. McCaw provided when I spoke with him, but he was not very certain that that was her name, so that first or
Okay.
last name could be incorrect.
Okay, thank you. All right, position number 38 is the next one I have, Mario Muckle.
Judge, the officer is out on sick leave. His daughter had to have some emergency surgery. So we would ask that that the case be continued. It was continued before from October 25th, but it was, at that time, it was continued for the defendant to get a witness. And so this is
Okay.
the state's first time requesting a continuance if we can't get it resolved.
Okay. Is Miss Reddick here?
Because Ms. Reddick is the former interim public defender. Alfonso Kraft is the public defender now. It's Tiffany Pleasant. It's my case, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I will speak with Mr. Muckle this morning and advise the court as to how he wants to proceed today.
Okay. So you're not, as of now, you're not agreeing to the continuance?
I'm not agreeing or opposing. Just don't know if he wants to take the bond in light of the fact that the officer's not here and the case is going to be continued again.
Okay.
So I will, once I speak with him, then I can give the court his response.
So can I write pretrial?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, position 40, Aaron Oliver.
State's ready.
That'll be a hearing, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, position 44, Jamarcus Pope.
The state's ready.
I have
Judge, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Judge, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I have two names down of you, Mr. Kraft, and of Frederick R. Mann.
Okay, that's not one of the names my client gave me. Well, Mr. Pope gave me yesterday. He told me that he had hired an attorney. He didn't give me the first name, gave me the first initials, an S. Matthews. So I'm not entirely certain who that was, but he did tell me that he's paid this person.
Okay. S. Matthews. Huh. Okay. We'll figure that out. Okay, the next case I have is position number 52, Justin Richmond.
Judge, my officer is not, was supposed to be here, but I got information that I guess he was coming from a different state and his flight has been delayed from, he was supposed to be in yesterday. And so we were asking that if it can't be resolved, that it be rescheduled.
Okay. Is that your case, Mr. Kraft?
It's Tiffany Pleasant's case, Your Honor. I would like to pre-trial with Ms. Freeman.
Okay. And let me ask, just as it relates to this case, if this is not going to be resolved and it has to be moved, can it get moved to, I guess, on Wednesday? Or maybe it looks like it says it's set for a bond hearing on Friday.
Well, Judge, what typically happens, that if the prelim doesn't go forward, then the bond, it comes off the bond count. And this is one of those cases that it's a kidnapping, and so it would not be heard on this bond calendar anyway. It would have to be heard by a Superior Court judge.
Right, you're right.
All right, so, and given that I know next week, our calendar are packed, and I think, and Ms. Wesley can confirm whatever, I think they are starting to schedule cases now that first and second week of December when the cases are continued.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The only thing that I was thinking about is that if the officer is flying in
Mhm.
and this is a matter of the flight being late, it seems to be a waste of resources for him to fly back out and
No, I
then,
think the officer lives here, but I think the
Okay.
officer was coming from somewhere else
okay,
back here. The officer is with Forest Park Police Department. And the
Okay.
only thing is, and I certainly would not want to say, okay, on Wednesday without us being able to confirm if he or she has any leave filed Wednesday.
I understand.
Mhm.
Think the next case I have is position 55. Looks like Lovan Antonio Samuels.
The state's ready.
Good morning, Judge. Thomas Florio for Mr. Samuels. I think we're gonna be willing to waive his preliminary hearing in exchange for a bond reduction with Ms. Freeman. He already has bond set, but he and his mother would prefer that we look at a bond reduction this morning.
Okay, so that's going to be a pretrial?
It will, Your Honor. Your Honor, I have a 9 o'clock calendar with Judge Carter and with Judge Scott in Superior Court. May I please log out and handle both of those matters? They should be relatively brief and then come back to Your Honor.
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome. Position 62, Tanya Roxanne Segura.
State's ready.
Good morning, Judge. Carlin Scall for Ms. Segura. If I could have a moment to speak with her in a breakout room, once we get to that point, hopefully we can resolve it.
Okay. So I'm gonna mark pretrial and breakout.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And don't thank me yet because I haven't gotten the breakout room set. I promise to do my best. Okay. Position 66, Joseph Darnell Singleton.
The state's ready.
Martha, that's your case.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I had that with, I just need to speak with the client briefly, actually.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't understand you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Marcia Herring for that client. I just need to speak with the client briefly in the breakout jail with, the breakout room with the jail, please.
Okay.
Thanks.
Position 69 is Benicia Sharnice Smith.
The state's ready.
Judge, that's my case. I was unable to speak with Miss Smith at the jail. She's been in the medical unit. I'm not sure if I would be ready for a hearing this morning, if that's what she desires. I would like an opportunity to speak with her about the state's current recommendation, though, and we may be able to resolve it. So if we could have a pretrial judge and then I can speak to my client in the breakout room.
Okay. Okay, position 74, Anthony Wilder.
State's ready.
And Judge, again, I have a similar announcement for this case. He was never brought to the visitation area, and I think he was also in medical. We should be able to resolve that this morning. I just need to speak with him in the breakout room and then speak to the state.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Mr. Kraft.
Yes, sir.
For the two people that are in medical, do you believe that they, and please don't answer this if you don't feel comfortable answering it, but do you believe that they may have some mental health related issues?
I think I have a note on one. of them, but I don't have a note on both.
Okay,
So I'm not entirely certain what the medical issue was.
okay. And position 76, Japernick Williams.
State's ready.
Whose
Good
case
morning,
is that?
It's Tiffany Pleasant's my case. I just need to pre-trial with my client. And then I'll have an announcement for the court.
So you need a breakout room to speak to your client.
Yes, Judge. The public defenders at some point all need to be in the breakout room at the jail.
I'm sorry, would you explain that last announcement?
The public defenders generally as a group at some point go into the jail, go into a breakout room with the jail so that we can speak with our clients, give them the updates that we've received from the state, and then we come back and make announcements to the court.
Okay. Okay. If that's what's been done, I'm fine with that. I just, as a initial, when I heard that, first thing is one person hearing something about another person's case and possibly.
Unfortunately, with the Zoom setup, the jail is the jail personnel are right there and can hear anyway. So we don't actually discuss the details of the case. We just give the updates to the client in terms of if the records change or if there's a bond that's been given or a bond that's been reduced, and they get to make that decision. So there's no discussion. There's no, the court should be concerned that there's violation of rights. We're not doing anything to cause our client any harm with regards to their cases. So we don't go into details. If they attempt to discuss details with us, we stop them. If they
Okay.
need to continue it so we can talk to them in person or do a private Zoom, then we do it that way.
Okay. And how many breakout rooms are available at the jail? Is it just the one?
It's just the one. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So if you have a private attorney that needs to speak, they typically go first because they have the one client versus us having multiple clients.
Okay. So that completes the calendar that I have. So far, there are 3 individuals who are apparently co-defendants that were continued. Ms. Alsey, Mr. Freeman, and Ms. Williams. So I'm going to try to figure out what's going on with that. Is there anybody that expected to hear a client call that didn't hear a client call? Okay. Mr. Morgan, you indicated that you were ready to pre-try with Ms. Freeman, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Freeman and Mr. Morgan, you're going to be my first guinea pigs. Sometimes I get this right and sometimes I get it
Judge, you
wrong.
want to go off, take it off of you?